Hi everyone, this is the Psychic Sleuth, and today I'm going to be doing Aniah Blanchard. I did this reading on 11/13/2019, so just a couple days ago, and I wanted to let you guys know that I have been in contact with YouTube, and they are going to be moving everything from my old channel into a new channel. Hopefully that includes these videos. If not, I might have to re-upload them, but it's weird because all these videos show up in my old videos, but yet it doesn't seem like my subscribers are seeing them. So if you have not subscribed to either channel, please subscribe, and you might have to resubscribe to the new one if you've subscribed to this one. I don't know exactly if they're going to take both of them together and put them over there. I'm not really sure how it's going to work. So hopefully that will happen soon, and we can get back to going the way things work, because it seems like barely anybody is seeing my stuff, and it's kind of frustrating me. So also I have merchandise. I'm going to hopefully try to get some in the future to show you kind of what they look like. But as far as the merchandise goes, you can pick, then you just buy it and it ships to you and everything. And they have hoodies and sweatshirts and t-shirts, kind of whatever you want. There's a couple different things to choose from that I have on there. So that's something new that I'm working on. I have people asking, but now I'm waiting for people to actually want them. So with that being said, I will be putting the link here on the video as well as in the group, and it's on my channel. So if you would like to support me in the work that I do, because I do put a lot of work and time and effort into this for free, and a lot of energy, which I don't mind. I love helping people. I'm not complaining about it. I'm just saying that, if you would like to support me and support this kind of work and walk with those seeking truth and justice, which is what the back of the shirts say, then, please help me by purchasing a shirt or merchandise. Okay, and then I also have a book. For those of you that do not know, I am an author. So it's on Amazon. It's called R&R Love, A Twin Flame Story, and it's kind of the story of how all this began for me and the loss that I went through. It's supposed to help people understand more from a spiritual perspective about loss and addiction and abuse and things like that. So I also have a page for Facebook on that. With that being said, I'm going to get on to the reading and everything. So, well, I don't know if maybe she liked to write her name like this, or if she ever wrote her name like this, but while I was typing it, I kept seeing her name like uppercase, lowercase, uppercase, lowercase, uppercase, lowercase, and it was written out like that in my mind. She's been connecting to me this whole time I was typing this reading up, which is very abnormal. Normally, if I type a reading up and whatever I get, I put out, and those a couple different times they'll put a little few words in there, but she actually did a lot. Hey you, sorry. She actually talked a lot more, so it seems like she's very talkative, and I think that's how her personality was, and she's going to definitely probably want to connect again. So readings can be past, present, and future, symbolic, and connections. Not all of this reading will be Aniah, as others do pop in and I get interconnects. Now, I don't know why they do that, but it has to do with similarities in cases, or, things that are like one case that may match, like names or whatever that matches another case. Not really sure, but it does happen. So I try to explain that to people. I was told not long ago it would be this way for me when I did Delphi. I was shown a board and I had connections all over this board, and I think that's what they were trying to tell me. So how things are connected in that way, and actually cases can be connected due to timing and whatnot. So I know it can be confusing. I do believe that Dulce popped into Taylor's, so if you have not seen that video, please watch Taylor's if you're interested in Dulce. Which makes sense. I think because they're the same age, but the bottles I kept hearing in hers, as well as a few other things like the trash and whatnot that I got, like Cupcake, the reference to Cupcake that I keep getting. And then the bottles that I've heard for 4 days now that are just absolutely ridiculous in my mind, they just won't stop. So I think those are actually Dulce, and she's trying to help me with her location. And I actually do have a location that I want to get searched, but I'm not going to say it here. I'm only going to say it to the people that I kind of want to search it. You guys, if you go back through my readings, you'll see a lot of stuff fits there. That's why I talk about the group. And I just feel like if I can get a search group there, I normally don't like to reach out and tell people, hey, go search this place. Hey, go search, unless I'm pretty positive or I have a good idea that, it's a big possibility that they could be there. It feels very strong that she's in that area, like very strongly. So, I do think she may have even popped in this reading as well. There's a couple things that I got in Taylor that I got here as well. So everyone is innocent until proven guilty. Readings that I do, info comes from spirit. I don't really like to know much about the case. Actually, I try to keep it as blank as possible. The only thing I do know is that a POI was arrested. I'm probably missing info in the reading, but I think she gave me what was important, and I plan on doing another reading. Like I said, I can only give what they give me, and I'm trying to follow her lead in what she's showing me. Now, maybe I'll get more info. There may be info that I get that comes out on the news or is in the news. I don't watch the news. Like I said, I only know that he was arrested. So I like to go in as blind as I can so that nothing is leading me in any sort of way. I only try to channel spirit. She did say her full name to me separate times in this reading to let me know it's her, and I think that was because she wanted me to know that she was here and I was talking to her. Even though I felt her, she just wanted to reiterate that it was her. So even though I am going to be saying her name in this reading, the reason for that is because she said it very clearly in my head and I heard it in her voice. So so sorry, I lost my spot. So yes, like I said, I'll say I heard her name. It's because I hear it loud and clear. I only try to ever give what spirit gives me and try not to allow things to lead me in anything like that. I do have to say that I got info on her in one of Dulce's readings, and maybe even she came through even more, but there is an interconnect. Magnolia that I got in Dulce. I think it might have been reading 3 or 4. I can't remember which one. I think it was 4. It was before Aniah went missing. It might have been 4. It was around either right before she went missing or around the time. I'm pretty sure it was right before. So that Magnolia, I guess her car was found across the street from Magnolia Apartments. So that's kind of how I knew I had to work on this. Also, something else that's kind of interesting, I got Hobbs and Erica. That's the officer or one of the officers, I guess, that arrested him or was involved in the case. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Okay, so on to the reading. I may get things kind of skip around or not be shown the whole story. She will show me what she wants me to see. I kept getting a reference to this case being similar to Mackenzie in the circumstances in that way, and the POI and the kind of the same skin tone. So I don't know if she was going to meet someone and if he's connected to this in any way. I can only seem to pick up one involved, but that doesn't mean there isn't more to the story. But what I picked up so far was I saw texting back and forth between her and a male. I'm trying to see if there was knowledge prior to this of each other, but it felt like a sort of an acquaintance, that she knew him in some way or there's a connection somehow. I get a reference to her yawning and she's tired while she's at her mom's or relative's house. I get a female family member and she's saying she's going home. I do feel like it's her mom. I feel like they're really close, but she's been texting a guy and I see that she wants to stop off for a second on the way and talk to a male or something. Meet up. I hear meet up. And she didn't realize he was so dangerous. I do get, like I said, a reference to similarities to Mackenzie and the situation, kind of. She said that she pulled up there and her getting in a car, or next I see her, she's in a car with him, or in a car with a male talking. She says not smart. She says that she She says that he needed to talk to her about something, not really sure what. Feels like maybe he lured her with talking about a girl issues or something important. Needing a friend. There was a reference to someone to talk to or advice. Sorry. It didn't feel completely romantic for her. Some more friendship on her side. And I see he started to make moves on her. She didn't want that. I see her pushing away. I get a reference to a darker car. Looks like a type of SUV, I think, reference to tinted windows. So I don't know if this is her or his car, but that's what I'm shown anyways. I got a reference to CNY, I think. There could be a part of a license plate, but I feel there's a letter in between I can't get. I get a reference to number 9 for some reason, and I've had a pull to 9 a lot lately. I see something like with him taking out a knife where there's a reference to one. It looks shiny to me, but I heard you better not scream or I'll kill you kind of thing. I see him locking the doors, and I feel like I see her try to open hers and it won't open. So I don't know if there's a child lock on it or what, or it's broken, but she can't seem to get it open. Keep seeing her pulling on the handle. Like, when you keep pulling on a handle and it won't open, and you keep pulling on it kind of in a hectic way. That's what I saw. And she's screaming, let me out, let me out. I know he had this plan from the gate, a reference to this situation being planned. I hear I was naive. I hear too trusting. Wasn't aware of the past, and I heard of his past, and I heard word violence. So I don't know if there's a history there of violence towards women. Feels that way though. Getting a little hazy at this point. I feel like the car was kind of off the road in a secluded area. Um, it's kind of hazy because I'm trying, or like the car they were in, kind of hazy as I'm trying to see what happens next. There is something where he grabs her hair. I don't know. I see him kind of slam her head, I think, on the dash. As I'm typing this, I see more brutality of like being hit and beat kind of thing. Even hands around her throat at some point, and I get a violent act that leaves her unconscious. I hear the word Alabama, and I know that's where she went missing. Not sure if she's saying she's still there, but I heard it clearly. But I also, as I'm typing, I see this peach. Kind of reminds me of Georgia. Feels like it's a possibility, maybe close to the border. I've gotten border a lot lately. I got it in Erica, or it could just be like between Alabama and Georgia, like maybe that way, that direction. Um, I know kind of saw like where there was blood in the car, so I'm not trying to let that lead me, but I do see like her nose bleeding. I also get a reference to a knife. I don't know. I keep seeing one or some type of weapon that feels like a knife. He's an angry person, wants what he wants, won't take no for an answer. A psychopath, feel to him kind of like AJ was for Mackenzie. Really a psychopath in hiding. I get a reference to rape or trying to rape, but I actually think sexual assault. She's showing me bits and pieces of it as she's sort of dazed and confused. I hear something like Trimeton, I think it was. I don't know. I feel like I'm trying to see because I actually at this point do not feel he took her out of state or that she's in Florida. I don't know. Like, I think she was hidden before he went on the run. As I'm typing this, I'm not sure why I was getting closer towards Georgia or that direction towards Georgia, but it's for a reason. Because before they were looking for him, I think that he thought he was in clear, but he made mistakes. I think at this time her body was already hidden, and it's not like he went and got her and took her to Florida. I feel reference to him pulling a hat to hide his face a bit, or I think it could be symbolic for hiding. So this area she shows me, it's like a pull out or like this, or like you're on this road and there's a pool to the right into the dirt parking lot. And I kind of tried to draw it, but I can't. It's hard for me to draw because I can see it very clearly, but I'm just, I don't know. I can just draw kind of what I can point you in that direction, but it's not like I would really want to draw it. So, um, but I feel her life sort of slip away there. And there's woods, and I hear crunching of leaves and stuff under his feet. I hear water, river or creek, but water. And I heard the word mobile. I'm not sure because it doesn't feel close to that way because I know that's the opposite direction than what I just said. But I don't know if there's a connection there. It's another case. Heard it though. I don't feel she's like that way because if she's taken me towards Georgia, that's towards the coast, which I mean, kind of would fit with what I got in Taylor, so there might be someone else popping in, because this one, she definitely showed me woods. So this feels secluded. I hear lots of birds, and as I'm typing this, I hear back roads. Now, see, she was talking while I was typing. So now the tricky thing was I saw a river with her, like a muddy flowing river, but it could be that she's near one, because I had a hard time telling if she's in water. However, it wasn't given the indication that she was. Like, didn't feel underwater. Normally, when I get underwater, I will sort of see them there, but so far I haven't, just the muddy river. Also, I am getting a reference to oil a lot. I'm not sure if it's her or not, but that's been coming in like randomly. I hear some howling, so I don't know if there's coyotes or wolves in the area or if it's symbolic. I get a reference to near a camping area, but not in a camping area, maybe close by or on the way. I see him dragging her, also carrying her, and it's nighttime. I know everyone. Actually, I'm kind of now as I'm talking, it sounds like close to dusk, but maybe not dusk yet, but it's definitely dark. I know everyone seems to be in the woods. I'm trying to make sure that that's what I'm getting this right. Like I always think there could be other places they could hide people, but anyways, I see blood on his hands and he's looking at his hands while he's standing over her. Like, oh, now what? I can see her laying there. Sorry, I'm trying to be as sensitive as I can because I want to tell what she's showing me, because she's showing me it because she wants you to know about it, but I'm trying to be sensitive. So I don't think this area is well hiked or that people go here, but he knows it, or maybe was driving and saw it. But it feels very secluded. I get a reference to T very strongly. 54, not sure why. I keep trying to see if he traveled with her body, but after this, he went somewhere and took a shower and washed off. Then, as time went on and the heat got stronger on him, or he got paranoid, I see him take off, and he knew he was being watched, so he didn't go back. I don't feel like this is city at all. It feels like outskirts. I hear the word plea deal, like for where her body is. I think he may not budge. It's hard to tell. He's got free will to tell or not, but I think his thoughts are no body, no case kind of thing. He's very arrogant. I see her necklace ripped off or feel it in the dirt. Like it feels like dirt and pine needles are crunching leaves. Noise when you walk. Hear the word carriage. I don't know if they're pine needles or I don't know what kind of trees are out there. Kind of felt like that though. So hear the word carriage. I'm not really sure what that means. She's extremely close to a river, but I'm not seeing her in it. I think I was shown a river, maybe to help locate, but she could be in it, just or very close to it. But I was just shown a river a lot, but yet I'm not shown her in it. So that was a bit confusing, and she doesn't make me like I've had cases where they have been in water and what it looked like, and it didn't look like that in this reading. So down the road to where she is, I want to take a right if I'm headed down into like a pull off spot area hidden away. Maybe why I'm getting hideaway a lot, but I get a reference to 13 and it could fit here. She's sweet spirit, trusting, and I get a reference to books or something. So I don't know if she was in college or something like that. Feels like she was a student or was going to be. I see her necklace in the dirt strongly. She keeps showing me like it can be found in that area. I think a parking lot or a round like dirt spot pull off. I also see the number 3 and the number 8. I don't know. I get these numbers, and 8 has been coming in for a while. So after looking at the map, after the reading sort of made sense because there's a lot of numbers on the map. But number 12, I hear turnabouts, fair play. Now this time I heard her clearly say her middle name, Haley. Now I don't know if she liked to swim or there's a connection, but I see her swimming. Also, so maybe she's just kind of athletic because I did kind of feel like that way with her. Um, so I feel like she put up quite a fight. I don't know if her stepdad taught her to fight or taught her certain moves, but she shows me her trying to fight this guy, and he's pretty big. And I get like an enclosed space, and I don't know if maybe she even scratched him because as I'm telling you guys this, I kind of see scratch marks. I get a reference to a lot of stuff in like happening to her head in the process, and she shows me like her knuckles, like defensive wounds, and I keep getting a call like her neck call her. Keep wanting to call her necklace a pendant. I'm showing volleyball. It's weird. I don't know if she played or attended games, or she was just into like I said, the athletic. She was an athletic person. I think maybe I'm seeing her kind of running now. So like I said, she keeps trying to connect and give me more information. So maybe she was a runner of some kind, or even if she just jogged for exercise type of thing. But this is when she said her name, for her first name, very clearly. She said Aniah very clearly, and I swear to you, I heard it. She said "find me" right after that, and her name and his name sounds like an Abraham sound to it. I keep wanting to say Abraham, but I know that's not his name. But that's what it's very similar to that. So I don't know if people call him that or what, but I get a reference to kind of like a foreign feel to him, like AJ with Mackenzie. Now it could be in his genes or whatever. I said, where are you? She did say Alabama, so I think she's still in Alabama. I get a reference to 30 minutes, but as I'm typing this, I heard across county lines. I'm trying so hard at this point to get words that can help so I can go right to it on the map, but it's really hard because I can see it so clearly and vividly in my mind, but yet I can't seem to find what I'm looking for on the map. And I know sometimes it's not exact either, but we get the idea. So I think she may have been a student, but I hear student and study, or like I said, going to be, but I think she was. So I don't know if she said beer with him or what. I don't know. I get a reference to a feeling of drugged for some reason, like a date rape feeling. So maybe someone offered her a drink at one point. I think so, because it's reminding of the situation that happened to me, which was kind of that situation. So I'm getting a reference to that, like she was referencing me, like, hey, your situation, what happened to you? So without putting too much out there, that's just how she kind of referenced it to me. So like I'm saying, did he take her to an apartment? But honestly, I don't see that. I get apartments around, like I get apartments around. Like I think she might be referencing where her car was, because I did kind of that, like the Magnolia thing, but she showed me apartments. So she's skipping. I only see her in the car. So I get a reference to push as I'm typing, and now she's saying her last name, and I swear to you I heard it. I'm not gonna lie, I heard it very clearly. I don't like she wanted to announce herself by saying her full name, and I think that's kind of how she was. But I hear it. She's saying Blanchard, and she said it very clearly and very slowly. So I don't know if she had a nickname or if her dad or stepdad, it's a father figure, called her, but there's some type of nickname. Um, so I don't know. Anything like baby girl, but I also heard like Pooh Bear. There's a river right there, and it's overpass bridge, and right after the parking lot, think like a hidden pool out with water, or sorry, a hidden pool out with dirt, a little lot. I feel like kind of Lone Highway type feel to it, and the reference number 7. I heard this in Taylor, so I think she popped in hers. Painstakingly brutal was what was said in regards to her passing, I believe. I can hear her voice every so often in my head. Like when she says her name, it's her most definitely saying it. And most people will say, well, you know her name, but I swear to you that she said it in pieces like that. So it's hard whenever I know a name and then they say something like that. People will think it's not real, but I wouldn't lie about anything like that. She comes off as intelligent, sweet, but again, she feels naive and stupid for putting herself in the situation. So I don't know if she's coming in as I'm talking to you guys. She's very strong spirited and very strong willed. And she's showing me like A's and B's. So I don't know if she got very good grades as well, but I'm getting a reference to like A's and B's. And I also hear scholarship. So I don't know if maybe she came on a scholarship or if she ever got a scholarship in her life. So, I'm getting hot. So she's definitely connecting as I'm talking to you, which is very weird because it normally doesn't happen. I normally just have to focus and be able to get her to come in. That's how I normally work. But she's very strong. She's a very strong spirit, and it's been a while since I've worked on a case with a very strong spirit like that. And it's funny because Well, she says if she feels she's sweet, and again, she feels naive and stupid for putting herself in that situation. I get words strong as I'm typing this, so it's funny that I was talking about that right now, but very, I'm trying to describe her like together, I guess. The word she said, moment she could be like a party girl, but I mean, what young girl kind of isn't? Mostly I feel she was focused, and I get that as I'm typing this. She said, this is kind of out of the ordinary to do something like this or to get into this kind of situation. As I'm typing, I hear she tried to be a good girl, make her parents proud. She's very talkative. As I'm typing this, putting other things in, she said, and then maybe she was talkative all as well in life, but she said it was important that he needed a friend or something, and that she met him. I don't know. I heard an app, so I don't know if there's an app involved in some way or something. Also, something about her phone. So I don't know if he had it or threw it or they pinged it, but there's something about her phone. Also, I get on the way where you pass water or cross water to your left. There's water to your left when you're on this road, like a bigger water. And I think on the left, and then water kind of flows under this bridge or overpass and into this wooded area. And there she is. She says, I don't know if I'm explaining it right. I also get the number 87, the month of February for some reason. She also said amethyst with this, so I don't know if it's somebody's birthday. She says they only have circumstantial evidence right now, but they do know that he's responsible or involved. She says it's proving it. Need to find me. There's DNA. She said something provocative, and I didn't want to say it, but she said it in specific words. But he kind of went in her, if you know what I mean. But that's not the word she said. It's something like, she was a very straightforward person. I feel like if she was gonna say something, she said it straightforward. So see, she's talking to me, and I'm having a hard time focusing on this reading because I get 19 now. So let's see. I hear the word Pueblo. I'm begging her to tell me more. I also get 85, and I need more on our location. I can see it, but I'm not getting as much with the words. So I got the color red. That also came in Taylor. I know it does connect to Dulce, so it could connect here as well. And Pentecostal, I got that as well, but I think that may fit Dulce. Something berry, and I hear the words a river runs through it. So I think there's a river runs through the area where she's at. I hear the word again, like Trimeton. Shows me some type of white bird. I can't tell if it's a seagull. It looks like a seagull, but with the annoying sound they make. So maybe it's definitely near water, or I know seagulls are near beaches, but there also can be near water areas. I get a reference to rocks by the river, on either side, rocks and pebbles. I hear the word heavily wooded. I see a fox. I hear the word burrow. Now, fox could be symbolic for the actual fox name. Hear the word burrow. He's not worried about people finding her. He doesn't think they'll look there. I get some type of container, but I'm not sure why. I've been seeing that a couple of days, so I don't even know if it's connected to her. And oil too. Those are two things. So I think on the way there's some type of equipment or area with tractors or road construction, something like that. Just a spot where they have different equipment and dirt. This can fit Dulce too, because I got something similar there. Or it can be an interconnect, meaning it could fit both or one or the other. Number 5, she says white. So she came in Taylor too. And I don't know, she's fading. I got the word blackberry. So I don't know if that means there may be some in the area or something like that, or it's known for that. The word cradle and the word bob. So I'm not sure if that fits here. Maybe a name or place or something for a case. So as I'm trying to finish this reading, she's still talking. So I guess I have a message for her. She says, tell my family that I love them. So I don't know if she was actually really close to her family or whatnot, but it feels that way. I had more lighting above and it broke. It's not working, so I don't know what happened. But she's saying to tell her family that she loves them. And I'm hearing, tell my mom thank you. There's something that she wants to say thank you for. Thank you for being a good mom. I don't know if they were close. I feel like they had a close bond, like almost sisterly. And I feel like the stepdad kind of stepped in and became kind of close, like took him under his wing as his own. So her family is very important to her, as how she's coming across. And she's saying that she's sorry, that she didn't mean to for this to happen, and that she's sorry she made such a mistake. I felt like she was really going places. Like she feels like I said, like just a really like college and learning and studying and all that comes very strongly with her. So I don't know, like I said, I don't know anything about her. I just know that he was arrested, but I didn't look at anything. So you guys can validate that for me if you want to, because I'm not really sure. So I don't know if maybe she just started college this year or next, like she hasn't been in very long, but she definitely feels like a college student. And I think she was probably pretty involved in college, but she feels very those kind of put together girls that look like they're going to go someplace. And she was beautiful and people really liked her. I feel like she was outgoing. She had a very outgoing personality. And I feel like a kinship to her for some reason. Like she's someone I would want to be friends with. That's the type of person she came across as. And her smile would just light up a room. And she's just going on and on. How many times you guys have watched me do readings like a lot over the last couple years, right? Have you ever seen me do and channel like this while I'm talking to you? No. I usually have it all written down, and it's because she's right. She's here and she's very, very strong. She has a lot more she wants to say, so I can tell I'm going to end up doing another reading. But she's just, I don't know, this one's going to touch me a little bit. I'm like, my eyes are watering because I'm feeling her emotions. Sorry, I know. See, and I've never been cried in front of you guys. I normally can block all this off, but she literally has me choking up right now because of her. She has like such a bright light and such a way about her that drew people in, and it irritates me that someone would go after her like that, just like these kids. It's almost like just the demons doing their work because someone's going to be great at something, or they're here for a reason to make a difference. And I really feel a kinship with her for some reason. And I feel like she's been reaching out for a few weeks now because I kept wanting to do a reading, but I was trying to pull myself away from Dulce for a minute to do it. But she is like the kind of person that you would want to be a friend with. I feel like she was a good friend to those that knew her. I don't feel like any animosity with anybody really. I'm hearing the word best friend, so I don't know if she had a best friend that she talked to and was really close to. And again, I hear the words, I don't know if she had a sister or someone that was like a sister. So maybe the best friend was like a sister if she doesn't have a blood sister, or it could be that she has a blood sister. So I'm trying to just check back with her and make sure she doesn't have anything else to say. Just that she loves her family very much and she misses them. But she's okay. And I'm going to work more with her to see if I can get better location. She can really describe it really well, but I don't think there may be not a lot of words around her. I looked at the map and there's a lot of numbers, so I think the numbers that she's giving may be important. Before I forget, I did kind of try to draw this. I don't know if you guys can even see it. So it's the road, right? And then the water runs under it, and then there's a dirt lot. The dirt lot is going to be to my right, and the water is going to be to my left. And that's kind of how I see it. I see it very vividly. So I think that's going to be all for now, and she's not saying anything else. I get the word very involved, so I don't know if she was very involved at her school, either when she was in high school or when she was in college. So I think that's it for now. Thank you so much for liking, subscribing. I'll see you next time.